Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ileana and I specialize in child astrology, helping parents understand their children through the stars. And today I'm kicking off a new series all about raising children with Scorpio energy. This series will give you a deeper insight into how to support their deep emotional worlds. Scorpio is a sign known for its depth, intensity, and emotional resilience. And if you are raising a Scorpio child, this is something that you probably have already noticed. These children can be incredibly intuitive, and they often have a profound sense of curiosity about the world around them. These children can be driven to explore their deeper aspects of life, so they don't just want to know what happened, but they would want to know the why. And if they sense that you are keeping something from them, trust me, they will dig in deep to find out that truth. Now, Scorpio children can be secretive themselves and may not always want to express what they're thinking or feeling openly. And they can prefer to work through their emotions alone. This could be in private, and they do this before they feel like it's safe to open up. As a parent, understanding this need for emotional privacy is going to be key. So just make sure you are letting them come to you when they are ready. Now let's talk about the amazing strength that these children have. Scorpio children have a very powerful emotional resilience. They bounce back quickly from challenges and have an ability to transform tough situations into opportunities for growth. Now, in traditional astrology, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and more modern approach to astrology, we would see Pluto as a co-ruler. Now, I practice traditional astrology, and I also use whole sign in the way that I work. Now, when we think about the energy of Mars, we're thinking about initiation, action, power, and sometimes in some cases explosive energy, but it is also constructive because Mars has that energy of the warrior and the fighter spirit. And then we look at the co-ruler of Pluto, which is the planet of transformation. So these children can have a natural understanding of life cycles. So that's endings, beginnings, and everything in between. They are also very highly perceptive and able to pick up on undercurrent energies that other adults around them might not perceive or might not pick up on. So as a parent, it's going to be very important while helping them feel supported through any type of highs and lows. Now, with all that intensity, there can be challenges too. And this could be because sometimes Scorpio children may struggle with trust issues. They may have a hard time fully opening up or letting others in because there is that subconscious fear of betrayal. So building a sense of safety and trust in your relationship with them is going to be very important. After all, Scorpio energy likes to know that it's in charge, because again, we're dealing with that Mars energy that does like to take charge and be in charge, and also Pluto energy. Finding ways to help your child feel empowered while encouraging them to be more flexible is going to be key in balancing this energy out. So how can you best support your Scorpio child? Here are some good tips. One, I would say, would be to respect their privacy. So it may be natural for these children to want to have time to themselves and withdraw, so try not to take that personally and allow them to come to you when they are ready, because they're just taking that time to process their feelings. Number two, encourage open communication with them. Let them know that it is safe to express their feelings with you, even if they might find it hard to talk about deeper emotions. Number three, you want to support their curiosity. So make sure that you give them space to explore the topics that fascinate them. This may be science or mysteries and even psychology, anything that really allows them to dig deep below the surface. And number four, build trust slowly. These children can be loyal to a fault once the trust is earned. So be patient and give them time to open up at their own pace. We're going to dive deeper and talk about how your child's sun in Scorpio is influenced based on the house that it is placed in. Every Scorpio child is unique, and by understanding these factors, it can really give us a deeper insight into their personality. So let's get started. First, we're going to start off by talking about the sun in the houses. Now, I'm just going to give some small examples. I always encourage to get a natal chart reading because you can get a lot more further insight if I can actually see the chart. So all of these videos are just general insights into some of the potential placements or aspects. The house where the sun is placed can really shape how they express this Scorpio energy. The sun represents the core of who they are, and the houses represent represents different areas of their lives. So let's look at a few examples to give you a better understanding. And remember that these are all very general, as we do not see the chart to see if any other planets are affecting this. So first up we have, let's say for example, the sun in the first house. These children can come off as very confident or self-assured, even from a very young age. And that's because the first house is the house of identity, so they may take those Scorpio traits like their intensity, their emotional depth, and their determination and wear them openly, like wearing them on their sleeves. These children may want to take the lead in certain situations, and they are very likely to be very strong-willed. Another example is the sun in the fourth house. So the fourth house represents home and family. These children may feel a deep emotional connection to their home environment, and they can be quite protective of their family. And they may even prefer to spend quality time or alone time with their family as opposed to being a social butterfly. Now, of course, that always depends on different things in the chart. Privacy is always key here, so it is very important for them to feel safe and secure within their home. Another example could be if the child has a Scorpio sun in the seventh house. Your child's Scorpio energy might come out most strongly in their relationships. These children can tend to crave strong, meaningful connections with their friends or even with a close family member, and they may be particularly sensitive to any type of changes in those relationships. The last example here I'll give is, let's say your Scorpio child has their sun in the 10th house. A Scorpio sun being placed in the 10th house will put a strong focus on career, status, as well as reputation. So even as children, these Scorpios will have big ambitions and take pride in their accomplishments. They may want to be seen as competent or powerful, often seeking to transform their environment through determination and hard work. Now, let's talk next about some certain aspects. Aspects show how different energies in the chart interact with one another, which can really influence how this Scorpio sun may express itself. So let's say, for example, we have Sun conjunct Mars. If your child has a Sun conjunct Mars, there can be an extra layer there of assertiveness or even competitiveness in their personality. As I have mentioned before, Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, so this aspect can make your child even more driven, competitive, and energetic. However, it might come with its own challenges, like a tendency towards impulsiveness, even a bit of temper as well. And a last aspect I would give an example would be, let's say, Neptune trine the Sun. This aspect we can see a child with a strong imaginative or spiritual side. This aspect brings a gentler energy to this Scorpio intensity, making the child more empathic and intuitive. So they may be especially drawn to creative outlets like art or music as a way to express and channel that Neptunian energy. And they also can use that as a way to express their deeper emotions. So how can you as a parent help support your child with some of these aspects or house placements? Here are a few tips. For the first house sun, give them opportunities to take the lead and build self-confidence, while also encouraging collaboration and humility. For the fourth house sun, you want to make sure that you are able to create a safe and private home environment where they will be able to retreat and recharge emotionally. The sun conjunct Mars, help them channel their energy into constructive activities like sports or creative outlets. The key is to understand how your child's sun placement and aspect really changes and flavors their Scorpio energy. Once you do this, you can really tailor your parenting approach to meet their needs. The moon in astrology represents our emotions and what we need to feel safe, as well as how we may respond to our emotions on an intellectual level. So understanding your Scorpio child's moon sign is essential for their emotional well-being. So let's say, for example, your child has their moon in the same sign, so this being the moon in Scorpio. So this could indicate that you are raising a little one who feels things very deeply. Scorpio is a water sign, and when the moon is in Scorpio, it can show that their emotions run very deep and intense, often more than they show on the surface. A Scorpio moon child may be very private or even secretive about their emotions, preferring to keep them to themselves, so they will open up when they feel that it is safe to do so. So making sure that you are providing a safe space for them when they are ready to do that is going to be very crucial. The Scorpio moon also brings a strong emotional resilience, so they may go through strong emotional experiences, but they also have the ability to bounce back from those experiences and bounce back stronger and wiser each time. So what does a Scorpio moon child need in order to feel safe and supported? Let's break it down. They will need emotional privacy because these emotions are very intense and they do prefer to keep them private and secretive to themselves until they have fully processed it on their own is going to be very important to allow them that safe space and to allow them to come to you when they are ready to express their emotions. Just be sure that you are respecting those emotional boundaries and giving them their space to retreat and hide away, and to not push them to open up before they are ready. The next would be deep trust. Trust is everything to a Scorpio moon child, so it will be pretty unlikely that they will open up to you or share their intense or secretive type of feelings with you unless they know that they can fully trust you. So as a parent, you want to be consistent, reliable, and patient as well. So building up that trust over time is going to be crucial in order to help them open up. Next would be emotional depth. Scorpio moon children need to feel understood on a deep level, and surface level reassurances won't work here. They're going to need meaningful conversations and emotional validation. So if they feel that you really do truly get them, this is going to help them feel secure. And the last would be transformation and change. These children can often go through phases of emotional intensity followed by personal growth. So they are able to thrive best if they are allowed to explore the deeper aspects of life, including topics that may seem too mature for their age. Now, this is more on a psychological level or something more introspective. Of course, make sure that you are going according to their age and what is appropriate for their age. So just make sure that you are allowing them to explore those more maybe occult-like topics, or more psychological, maybe more detective-like things. But what if your Scorpio has their moon in a different sign? Let's look at how different moon signs can interact with this Scorpio energy. Moon in Cancer. A Scorpio child with a moon in Cancer will have an even richer, deeper emotional world. As Cancer and Scorpio are both water signs, they can feel things very intensely and deeply. However, there's going to be a nurturing energy here that comes into play with this Scorpio energy, because there will be that strong need for nurturing with the moon in the sign of Cancer. They are going to crave emotional security to their family and also to their own home environment. So you would want to create a cozy, warm, and loving environment where they can come to retreat. Moon in the sign of Aquarius. So here we might see an emotional conflict between emotional intensity and also their need for independence. An Aquarius moon needs space and intellectual stimulation, while Scorpio may want intensity and emotional connection. As a parent, you can help them balance these two energies by giving them space to explore their ideas, but also encouraging deep emotional conversations. Moon in Virgo. The moon in Virgo paired with a Scorpio sun can result in a child who possesses emotions or expresses their emotions in an analytical way. They may seem less emotional than other moon signs, preferring to really analyze what they're feeling before opening up. So these children will need structure and routine in order to feel safe, and they will thrive with a strong daily rhythm in place. So how can you support your Scorpio moon child create a safe and emotional place? Whether the moon is in Scorpio or even in another sign, they're still going to need that deep space for them to hide and retreat into to reflect on their own emotions. And once those are processed, it'll be important to be there for them in order for them to feel like it is safe to express whatever it is that they are feeling with you. So make sure to be a calm and non-judgmental listener when they are ready to open up. Another one would be to teach emotional resilience. You want to teach these children that it is okay to have big and intense feelings. So encourage activities like journaling, art, and even different forms of mindfulness. If this video helped you understand your Scorpio child's emotional needs, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more astrology insights for parenting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.